Hey everybody. Okay, let's hop on board on the slow train. That's right, Bob Dylan's Slow Train Coming from the summer of 1979. This was kind of a big, pretty big important year for Dylan. You know, this was kind of the beginning of his, he's about ready to convert to Christianity, and it seems like he was very, very passionate about his faith. The reason why he did this is because the failure and the disappointment of the album Street Legal, which was kind of received. It was mixed received, and also the movie Ronaldo and Clara obviously bombed and stuff, and so Dylan was looking for, seeking for to better himself, to really keep himself in faith. Obviously it goes back to, stuff if you're, think way back of Dylan's his passion behind the Bible and stuff. He references a little bit on some of his Electric albums, I think, and even sorry, I'm trying to focus this. Okay, some of his Electric albums and John Wesley Harding. So the album was released in the late summer, August 20th of '79, recorded between April and May of that year. So it's pretty short. It's only a 46-minute album, produced by Barry Beckett. Very huge Muscle Shoals, which of course, this album was recorded in Muscle Shoals. And also Jerry Wexler. He produced pretty much everybody then, Zeppelin, So it also said that Dylan, I believe it said here that Gotta Serve Somebody became his first hit in 3 years. I guess since Hurricane from Desire. It was an inaugural Grammy Award. Won Dylan a Grammy Award for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance, which I did not know about. So the album reached at number 3. So it kind of says a lot about, definitely the disappointment of, Ronaldo and Clara and, Street Legal not being received as well. Plus also at the time he was doing the Budokan live album at the time. Well, it was released kind of like before the album, 79 it was released. So it seemed like Dylan experienced, he seemed like he really got in touch with, the spiritual, awareness and stuff. And he was really, apparently, well, I guess many have said over the years that, that Dylan claimed that Jesus did appear to me as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. There was a presence in the room that couldn't have been anybody but Jesus. Jesus put his hand on me. It was a physical thing. I felt it. I felt it over me. I felt my whole body tremble. The glory of the Lord knocked me down and picked me up. So that's what he kind of, says there, Dylan, on how he, converged himself. So it says pretty much a lot about, the details of the recordings and stuff. And it said here that he attended Vineyard School of Discipleship. I guess it was some sort of church or whatever. So whatever, I probably wouldn't read. Not going to go too farther into that. So this was sort of the beginning of his, the trilogy of, or well, I guess you can also include Infidels, right? That's pretty, kind of touches a little bit on the, even though it's kind of a different, a lot, Dylan kind of has a different point of view on the album, but definitely has a lot of biblical and, definitely, or even, the one album that everybody bashes, Empire Burlesque. So, but definitely for sure, a lot of people can say, yeah, Slow Train to, Shot of Love was the true, Christian years there, where he's really just focusing on his faith. He's focusing on, the current time, So yeah, one of my favorite outtakes from this album is actually "Ye Shall Be Changed," which was from the first 3 volumes of Dylan's bootleg album, or was bootleg from the early '90s. So yeah, number 3 here in the United States, and it was certified platinum here. It's actually pretty good. We got some pretty good musicians here, including of course the great, he's all over this album, Mark Knopfler. Definitely tell on some of these songs, you can definitely tell his distinct guitar, noodling or whatever. Also, Pick Withers, he's from, Dire Straits. Carolyn Dennis, background vocals, and Barry Beckett plays some of the smooth keyboards on this album. It's a pretty, and the horns done by the Muscle Shoals studio musicians. So it's a pretty good album. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna probably go too much in depth of the album. I definitely much love the album cover, but I don't know. Not too much going into it. Just has a whole thing on how Dylan, got himself to where he wanted to be at the time. So, all right. So let's go ahead and kind of start here. Why not? Right? Kind of blowing already 7 minutes on the video. But yeah, I really love the album cover, with the train track and. The people kind of working on the track. It's kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of gives it the name of the name of the album, Slow Train Coming. Okay, so the first track is Gotta Serve Somebody. This was a hit for Dylan, of course, and I think a lot of people are mixed on the song, I'm pretty sure. So we got here the ones that are playing. It says the title never appears as such in the lyrics, though the numerous mentions of you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yeah. So won him a Grammy. But yeah, you definitely tell a lot of the key players on here for sure. Really nice smooth keyboard. It really has a smooth R&B, feel to the album. The lyrics too are, I feel like the lyrics are a bit, you kind of get the point of, of what the, you kind of get what the gist of the song, whatever. Like, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. And the great, excellent gospel background vocals. It's definitely a really pretty good song, and throughout the album and even the production too, it's a little bit on the smooth side a little bit, which I kind of like and I don't like at the same time, because it feels like the drums are a little bit too up front. Like, you can definitely tell there's a little bit too much of the drums being more of the, I feel like the drums are more I feel like it's more centered, or it feels like it's a little bit more. I feel like it's just too up front, so it kind of distracts a little bit of the song. But yeah, like this, background vocalist and stuff, and it's a pretty good song. It's not maybe one of my favorite Dylan songs. And after that is Precious Angel. This is actually kind of a nice little groove of a song. Yeah, kind of like the nice smooth sound of it and all. I mean, that's how the album kind of is, The lyrics, now there's spiritual warfare and flesh and blood breaking down. Yeah, you either got faith or you got unbelief. And there ain't no neutral ground. The enemy is subtle. How it be we are so deceived when the truth is in our hearts and we still don't believe. Shine your light on me. And it kind of just repeats after that. Shine your light on me. Yeah, I really like the guitars here. I think Dylan's guitar tune is pretty well executed, Yeah, pretty good song, And the next one is I Believe in You. Really nice opening acoustic here, I believe by Dylan. Kind of a ballady song, like they show me to the door. They say don't come back no more because I don't be like they like me too, and I walk out on my own 1,000 miles from home, but I don't feel alone because I believe in you. So he's kind of telling her like, hey man, I believe in I believe in you because you have faith just the same as I. It's a really kind of good song. And then after that, I think this is definitely the highlight. I'm pretty sure for most folks, the highlight of the album, and it's Slow Train. It has a bit of the same groove, somewhat as Gotta Serve Somebody a bit. So it says it was recorded, sound checks were done back in December of 78. And of course, a studio demo was recorded in April in Muscle Shoals. It says here, Dylan had said that it has a great finger-pointing protest songs, kind of similar style. Dylan's moral outrage is fueled by his recent conversion to Christianity. It kind of goes a little bit on and on about, about the song. I mean, I believe that it's about, the slow train coming, and, there'll be, bliss, and there'll be positive stuff coming. The first verse, that's just the first stanza here. Sometimes I feel so low down and disgusted. Can't help but wonder what's happened to my companions. Are they lost? Are they found? Have they counted the cost I'll take to bring down? All their earthly principles they're going to have to abandon. There's a slow train coming around the bend. So it's kind of like maybe a portrayal of Jesus, maybe, or somewhat, But definitely a lot of people consider this as their, definitely consider one of their highlight. Well, if you flip the album over, after that side 2, you get Gonna Change My Way of Thinking. This really definitely has a drive. Definitely see that Dylan was super, super passionate here. Just super energetic. And when he meant to turn Christianity, he meant it. He really was focused on his, passion on the Bible and everything, I like this line here. Well, don't know which one is worse, doing your own thing or just being cool. Well, don't know which one is worse, doing your own thing or just being cool. You forget all about the golden rule. You can mislead a man, you can take a hold of his heart with your eyes, you can mislead a man. Oh, it's good. There's a kingdom called heaven, a place where there's no pain of birth. There's a kingdom called heaven. Last, and I love this one here. Well, the Lord created it, mister, about the same time he made the earth. Wow. Pretty good stuff. After that, oh, I love this song. Comes a really good song that comes after that is Do Right to Me, Baby. Do unto others. Wow, what a really cool, it has a little bit of slick sound, you know, pretty cool, slick production on this song. Yeah, I don't want to like maybe read too much further into these lyrics, but you know, yeah, with the really smooth keyboard. Who's the keyboardist on here? I mean, Barry Beck is the one on keys here. Kind of that slick sound. And after that is When You Gonna Wake Up. It's a pretty good song. I'm not a huge fan of the song. You know, consider it, you know. And after that is Man Gave Names to All the Animals. It's kind of a little bit of a R&B, you know, soul slick groove once again. The line here, he saw an animal that liked to snort, horns on his head, and they weren't too short. It looked like there wasn't nothing that he couldn't pull. I think I'll call it a bull. And it's, you know, so it's kind of, you kind of get the gist of it, you know. It's about Moses, of course, you know. So if you can see just by the title of it, you would know, oh, okay, it's about, you know, the ark and, you know, from the, you know, the journey that Noah goes into and he names the animals, you know. And then after that is, well, the last song on the album is When He Returns. I feel like a couple of the albums, at least the last couple of albums, I've kind of gone through here, seem to always end with a nice little ballad. You know, it's a piano, kind of a, you know, very slow, you know, tempo ballad here. The iron hand, it ain't no match for the iron rod. The strongest wall will crumble and fall to a mighty God. For all those who have eyes and all those who have ears, it is only He who can reduce me to tears. Don't you cry and don't you die, and don't you burn, for like a thief in the night, he will replace wrong with right when he returns. So I think it's kind of like about Jesus, kind of, you know. I believe so, you know, when, you know, they crucified him and then, you know, he came back, you know. So yeah, I think that's all I can say about Slow Train Coming. I think the best out of the trilogy will probably be maybe the next album, but I do kind of respect this album, you know. I think most people consider it to be kind of the weakest on the of the gospel trilogy that he had there. But yeah, what can I say? I think it's kind of I definitely gotta say I kind of like Street Legal a little bit more, I think, than Slow Train. But yeah, let me know, folks. Let me know if you like that more than, if you like Slow Train more than Street Legal, or even the gospel albums compared to Street Legal, you know. Anyways, kind of done here. 19 minutes of me talking. Jeez. Well, anyways, this is Dylan. Gotta make these videos long. Okay, folks. Bye bye.